Good day, fine people. Thank you for joining me as we listen to some music. It's Blasteroids, a bit of a lesser known game on the Commodore 64, published by Imageworks in 1989. Is this the national anthem of some country I've never heard of? I'm not sure, but this is an Asteroids variant. I think it's unofficial. It was the third sequel to Asteroids. That was released by Atari Games in the arcade in 1979. Now this game is split over a number of levels, and if you're used to Asteroids, you know what to do. Here's the different modes. Hopefully we'll go on easy modes. There's easy warp, medium warp, hard warp and expert warp. But destroy all the asteroids in your sector, so here we are on that green ship in the middle, and then you go on to the next stage. It will soon become apparent, but you can get upgrades to your ship. You can rotate between three fighters, speeder, fighter and warrior, which give you different like weapons and advantages. Nice music in the background there. It's a fairly basic game. You get the idea what to do quite quickly. So you can thrust around and fire stuff. There we go, switching between ships. I think we're going to have all the asteroids done here. There we go. And then it's to base. Right, okay, so then we're on to this grid. We've completed one square in the bottom left. Which one shall we do next? And we have to complete all of these, and then that's that stage done. And then we have a fight against an end of level boss called Commodore, who's an evil being who's poisoning planets and up to no good. Fairly basic this game, but it plays alright. Music is not too bad. I don't think it'll be one of my go-to games, but as a budget title, I think it'd be quite cool. Music is a little bit monotonous. It's Asteroids, what more do you want? I do prefer the original Asteroids in the arcades to this one. If you're into retro gaming, you will see quite a few Asteroid-style clones about the place. There was quite a few on the Spectrum, and I've probably run into a few on the Commodore 64 as well. My favourite one I've come up to so far from a retro point of view is Meteor Storm on the ZX Spectrum. But it didn't have music like this. Commodore 64 can certainly do a good tune, I would say that. Well, there's a UFO, so we need to get out of the way of this thing. I think there's an upgrade there, we run into that. You'll see our energy in the top right. We bump into things that gradually go down, so it isn't a case of just one hit and you're dead. It will take a few, so it's quite forgiving in that respect. The backgrounds do vary. You can see there's the moon there in the bottom right. I think it's the moon. I recognise the lunar sea. Just made that up. So this won't be a super long review because we've seen all the game has to offer already, really. But I'll just try and get to one of the end level bosses, which will be Commodore. No smart bombs. There we go. So we're zipping through. Are you excited about the music? Did you have this one back in the day? I'm not sure what other systems it come out on, to be fair. I haven't seen it on the Commodore Amiga, but wouldn't be surprised if it came out on the Amiga. As you've probably spotted already, if you're unfamiliar with Asteroids, if you shoot one of them, they split into smaller parts until they go into the smallest part, and then you shoot them, they get reduced to dust, and that's them gone. Shields are down to 5. Not looking clever. Keep an eye on your display at the top there. Shields have gone back up again with that upgrade we picked up. Whoops. I think that's what happened. But the green bar is the important bit on the right. Those UFOs are quite deadly. They're obviously Mukar's deadly hordes. We don't know why he's poisoning planets. Maybe he's a bit jealous or something. Because, you know, planets are valuable real estate, aren't they? Oh, can we land without that? Yeah, we need to get rid of that. Oh, we don't. Good. We're through to the next round. Imageworks. I think that's behind a game called Speedball 2. Might change their name to Mirrorsoft by then, or Mirrorworks. We'll be coming to Speedball 2 at some stage. Love that on the Commodore Amiga. And the games on the Commodore 64 seem to be quite comparable so far, the ones I've seen to the Commodore Amiga. You can see that they're slightly upgraded in sound, slightly upgraded in graphics. The game I reviewed earlier on before this one, if you haven't seen it, was Buggy Boy. I think that was better than the Amiga version, so sometimes 8-bits are better than 16-bits, and that's why I love retro. Sometimes it can surprise you. It was quite faithful to the arcade, that one, so have a look at that game too. There is a Commodore 64 playlist. If you want to look at the games reviewed so far in this fairly new series, then by all means have a look. Tell me what you think. I'm sure we'll be running into some top games on there. Yes, as usual, when you start a retro channel, you review all the most famous games, all the best ones I should say, and then you start finding the hidden gems. Hopefully, and you find a lot of stinkers as well, but that's all the fun of retro gaming. They're not all brilliant, and it was good that individuals could get a game to fruition, enter the marketplace. So it was pretty good. It was great times. Spectrum was quite a bit easier, I think, to program than the Commodore 64. Maybe it's because the Commodore 64 was doing more stuff, I don't know. Right, okay, flick between the ships. I don't really notice too much of an advantage. One of them might be a bit stronger. These asteroids don't move very quickly, so on easy mode they seem to be quite easy to avoid. Playability on this one is okay. If you're looking for an Asteroids clone and you've got a Commodore 64 or emulation, then this one will probably suit your needs. Not going to compare with the brilliant games, but I don't think it's intending to. 1989, Image Works. And we're still alive. Oh god, sort of. I want to land. Get out of the way, UFO. Right. Oh, he's... Next up. Energy's not looking great. I don't think we're going to meet the end of level boss here, which was the whole aim of the... Oh dear, which is the whole aim of the review. Is that it? Right, I've got another life here. Can't have too many more lives left. This might in fact be the last one. I don't know what that is on the bottom right. Is that a broken moon? I'm not sure. Is that maybe that's a computer error. I'm not sure. It'd be odd to see a planet a bit like that. What do you think of Blasteroids? I put it as average, really. Music's good. Does what it says on the tin. I wouldn't have paid full price for it though. I think we just got one more level to try and beat. It is getting a bit samey now. I'm getting slightly bored, and then we'll come up to the end of level boss. But again, kids tend to get into these games, didn't they? So if you did own it back in the day and you didn't have very many games, you might have been playing this for hours and hours and hours. But there we go. The patience of a child. They probably haven't got patience now, have they? With lots of other choices available. There was no World Wide Web to get hooked on there. I think the handheld games tend to be LCDs type stuff. There we go. Right, here we go. Fly down portal to attack Mukor. Right, here we go. End of level boss. Here we go. Here's Mukor. Looking big, yellow and green. God, this is going to be tricky. I need to fly around him. Whoops. Oh dear, I crashed into him. I'm not going to last very long if I keep doing this. Come on. Maybe I should have looked up some cheats or something. Or the equivalent to a poke. Am I dead? No, there I am. Right, okay, come on. Come on, we got to destroy Mukor. Oh, it's not looking good. His ship's way too big. They should... Oh dear, game over. They should reverse it so his ship's small and my one's big. That'd be better, wouldn't it? Oh, curses Mukor. Look at his eyes going backward and forward. Nice use of colour there. Nice use of colour. Well, I hope you liked having a look at that one. It's good to see all games. That was called Blasteroids on the Commodore 64, published by Imageworks in 1989. Quite good music as well, quite rousing. Got any thoughts about this one or similar games, then put your ideas below. And memories, of course. If you want to help support the channel, please subscribe. If you want to help it a bit more, please consider having a look at Patreon, patreon.com/njenkins. Until next time, thanks again for watching. It really is appreciated. Take great care of yourself and a very fond goodbye.
Goodbye.